I just turned 25, and to help me determine what I want for the next 10 years of my life, I asked a few people who I admire to write letters to their younger selves to learn from them. This is how that went. Hey guys, and welcome to A Letter to My Younger Self, a podcast that encourages you to work hard, have good intentions, and most importantly, to trust the process. Choosing a career path can be pretty daunting. Maybe it's because we feel like we have the same 3 careers to choose from. You know the ones I'm talking about, right? Doctor, teacher, lawyer. Or sometimes it's because we feel like our passions might not be able to bring home the bacon. Today's guest is Winnie Okoth. Winnie Okoth is an international weightlifting champion as well as a fitness trainer. Winnie today will talk to us about her fitness journey as well as wins and losses in her personal and fitness journey. Welcome to the podcast, Winnie.
Thank you, Bosha, for having me.
Thank you so much for coming. About your letter, you are the only person so far who has written a handwritten letter, and we found it so cute. So is there a reason you handwrote it as opposed to typing it? Did it feel more personal handwriting the letter?
Maybe because I'm too slow at typing, but no, it's because I felt like I could actually relate to it when I'm writing it down. And it just reminded me of the good old days. So that's why I wanted to do this personally.
Would you do like a daily to-do list? Is that also handwritten or you type it out?
I rarely do to-do lists.
Nah.
But I just go with the flow when I wake up.
Because I handwrite mine and people think I'm crazy. Anyways, you can go ahead and read your letter.
Okay, perfect. So, a letter to 18-year-old me. I'd start by saying hi to mini-me. I should probably start by telling you that you're the fittest and strongest woman in Kenya. You're kind of a fitness influencer. Remember when you were a kid and wanted to be an athlete? Well, you did it. You're a professional weightlifter. You have competed in so many competitions and have 2 medals. You're also a head coach at a very big gym in Nairobi called Alpha Fit. Can you believe it? Oh, yeah. And you got into some madness called CrossFit. Anyhow, Minnie, I just wanted to let you know that everything is going to be okay. You're going to travel around the world. You're going to meet amazing people who will invest in you and help you grow. You will have some awesome friends who will be as crazy as you. You will also fall in love and experience so many heartbreaks. You will lose friends. You will feel betrayed and lost. You will doubt yourself. You will be scared of failure. You will want to please everyone around you. I'm here to tell you that it's okay to fail sometimes. It's okay to love. It's okay to experience heartbreak. It's okay to also make mistakes. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to start over again. It's okay to say no. And it's okay to express yourself. Everything you're going through will lead you to a path that will make you grow into a strong, loving, caring, and fun person. So do not regret anything. That's me.
I have to start by asking, how did it feel as you wrote this letter to yourself?
I actually felt so proud of myself. Yeah. I was like, I'm happy to be me. Like, yeah, I felt content.
And in the letter, you didn't specifically reference an age, but now you said it was 18-year-old Winnie. Yeah. Why specifically 18-year-old Winnie?
Because I was so naive. I didn't know anything. Like, I wasn't exposed to the world, so I didn't know anything at all.
So basically, it's you going back to tell her what exactly? That there is so much you don't know yet, but don't worry, it'll be okay, yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
So, fittest and strongest woman.
Yeah.
How does it feel to hold such a title?
To be honest, let me be very, very polite.
Please do not.
It feels really great to actually accomplish this. And the fact that someone would look at me and not think that makes me really happy. But I am very proud. Like where I'm sat right now, I'm very proud of that title.
Yeah. It's actually very unexpected because also when we had never met before the podcast. So when I was told, wow, fittest, strongest woman, I was expecting a huge person, like literally huge. And when you walked in, I was like, It's her? She can lift all of that? That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, I get that a lot from people. So I rarely try to, what I do is I just try to be a little bit humble. So when
Mhm.
people talk about like, oh, the fittest, the strongest, they're supposed to be this and this, I don't say anything.
Yeah.
I let them see me in action, so that they can see, oh, wow, she can actually do this.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So how exactly do they come to that title?
Yeah.
Are you all called? The weights are put and you're like, sasa kila mtu anze kuinua. Whoever will lift the heaviest is the winner.
Yeah, so in competitions, what usually happen is you lift weights according to your body weight, and then they compare that, because it will be unfair for me to lift with someone who weighs 100 kilo. Yeah, so you do it according to body weight. So your body weight will determine if you're the strongest. And also if I'm lifting heavier than people who are heavier in weight than me, so that makes me stronger than them as well.
Yeah.
So it's weight to body ratio.
Yeah. How heavy did you lift?
So in my clean and jerk, I have lifted 100 kilos. And then in my snatch, I've done 83 kilos.
Maybe explain to us what snatch and clean and jerk are.
Okay, so snatch is one of the Olympic weightlifting movements where you get to lift the weight from the floor in one motion over your head. Yeah, so that's a snatch. Then a clean and jerk, you get the weight off the floor, rack it on your shoulders, then press it up overhead. So it has two movements in the clean and jerk. Yeah.
Okay, I think now that you've explained it, I can see it in my head. We've seen them doing it on TV. That's really cool. I actually find this very impressive. Personally, knowing that I can barely lift anything. Before we continue, I'd like to say a big thank you for all the support that you have shown myself and this podcast so far. If you'd like to support this podcast even more, you can do so by purchasing one of your favorite A Letter to My Younger Self merch. We have journals, and these journals have quotes as well as thought-provoking questions that will be able to guide you in your own personal journey. We also have mugs that look like this. We also have bags, webcam covers, and a lot more. What I will do is I will leave a link down below in the description box where you can go and check this out for yourselves. Now back to the podcast. So you also say that you're kind of a fitness influencer.
Yes.
So what exactly in the fitness world would you say you influence? For example, it could be maybe healthy eating or easy DIY exercises. So what exactly is?
I would say why I say I'm a fitness influencer is the fact that I influence others, especially women, in the fact that they could be able to lift weight and look just like a woman and not look like a man. So that's one of the things that I'm also one of the messages that I'm trying to put across. And also I'm influencing young people to get into fitness and also see this that it can turn to be a career. Yeah, so those are the major things that I'm actually doing at the moment. So I'm also mentoring people into becoming coaches, and also if they want to become athletes and make a living out of it, that's what I do. So I believe I'm influencing them.
Yeah, to get into it. Yeah. When you say you've always wanted to become an athlete, what sort of athletes did you want to become growing up?
When I was a kid, I actually thought of sprinting.
Sprinting?
Yeah, I used to see Marion Jones at the Olympics and I was like, wow, I want to be as fast as her.
You've just always wanted to be an athlete, nothing else?
Yes, I wanted to be an athlete just for pleasure, so that I could get those uniforms, the Kenyan uniforms. I wasn't doing it that. I didn't think of winning medals and all that stuff. When I was a kid, I'd want to have those uniforms, like the Kenyan uniforms and all. Yeah.
So you've mentioned one person who it sort of inspired you to get into athletics. Do you have any other people?
When I was young, I just used to see. I only knew of Marion Jones, by the way. I didn't know of anyone else. Yeah.
And your parents, have they always been supportive of the whole fitness thing?
No.
No.
My dad didn't understand why I was doing this, why I was leaving the house in my tights and my Reebok shoes, and his friends' daughters are leaving the house with their official wear and all that stuff. Was he didn't understand, to be honest. And my mom was actually very scared because she was like, oh, you're a woman, you shouldn't be lifting weights, it's going to affect your health in future. Are you going to be okay to have kids when you're lifting? So they were not very supportive when I started.
How about now?
Well, when they started seeing me on magazines and TVs and traveling, now is when they're like, oh, that's my daughter. And all. Yeah.
Everyone wants to switch up when you're doing good.
Yeah, But I still love you, Mama. I still love you. Yeah.
Uh-huh. You can catch all the other episodes by visiting the website listed in the description bar. There, you will find my conversations with my other guests. Each guest shares a letter to their younger self, why those moments were impactful in their lives, the lessons they learned, and the vision they have for their future self. Click the link in the description bar to support this podcast and watch season 1 of A Letter to My Younger Self.